You got to give Kari Lake credit for one thing. She's consistent. She made it clear before the Arizona election that she would only accept the outcome if she won for governor. And now she is delivering on that promise after she lost.
The way we get it changed is we get the real governor, the duly elected governor, myself in there to work with lawmakers to change our laws, put some teeth into the laws, and frankly, we need to recall every one of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors.
She is now referring to herself as the, quote, duly elected governor of the state of Arizona. This despite her totally expected losses in the courts in challenging the election. The latest setback came from the Arizona Supreme Court yesterday, which denied Lake's direct appeal of a December decision throwing out her case against state and county election officials. Katie Hobbs, who defeated Lake by over 17,000 votes, which means it was close, but not that close, took the oath of office and was sworn in as Arizona governor on Monday. But listening to Lake, it is just a question of when she takes over. The main claim she's made, of course, relates to printer errors in Maricopa County that made long voter lines even longer, and yes, the lines and the problems were real. But when Lake's attorneys made their case in court, they couldn't present a single piece of evidence of systemic fraud or even anything that would have or could have changed the outcome. They just kept saying there were problems in Maricopa. Maricopa County officials have repeatedly said that all the ballots were eventually counted. The ones that were too light to be read were placed into a secure box and later put through different machines at county election headquarters. It happened. But here's what her most fervent supporters are ignoring. And I mentioned this to one of the lawyers this week who's filed a brief on her behalf. These problems happen all the time. And he asked me, well, can you give me some examples? So here they are. Election day 2016, for example. Hours-long lines to vote in, yes, Arizona. Also in California, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, Nevada, North Carolina. Broken ballot scanners in New York caused delays, provoked complaints. In Ohio, there was a line to vote that was literally a half-mile long. In Jersey, signs were posted indicating that ID was required to vote, when that was not the state's requirement. In California and Virginia, various registered voters reported not appearing on the voter list upon their arrival to vote. And then just in 2022, which had comparatively few problems, there were still many issues. In the swing state of Nevada, multiple polling locations in Clark County, which is the largest in the state, experienced major delays, very long lines based on polling locations running out of printer paper in the ballot printers. The Democrat running for Senate, Catherine Cortez Masto, sued to extend the poll hours. She lost. Democratic stronghold of Detroit, Michigan, so-called technical glitch caused by computer software wrongly flagged some residents as having requested an absentee ballot, delayed voting. There was a paper shortage in northeastern Pennsylvania that caused election ballot problems, even delayed state certification. The list goes on and on and on, and it happens in every election. The reality is that some Republicans won in Arizona and some Democrats won in Arizona. Kari Lake was not one of the Republicans who won. But this isn't about Republicans versus Democrats. You see, Americans of both parties, I think, now see through the election denialism BS. It's a dying, if not dead, brand. Calling herself the duly elected governor of Arizona is an insult, most importantly, to her own voters, who she's hoping are naive enough to believe her. But I'm convinced that the vast majority of them just aren't buying that either. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.